Hi everyone, this is Jazzy with Revive Movement and Strength. Happy Easter. We are going to do a total body routine. I incorporated some more jumping type of movements into the routine because it's Easter, Easter Bunny, obviously. So total body, and I am gonna do a full round of each exercise. And then if you wanted to do this on your own, what you would do is you would do going through exercise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, one full time, rest, recover, and then go through it again. You can do that 4 times, which equals 32 minutes roughly if you want a full routine, or you can do it a total of 6 times, which is 48 minutes. Or you can do 8 rounds, which is completely crazy, and your legs are gonna be fatigued and tired and your whole body. So what I'm gonna do is use this timer here, and like I said, I'm gonna do a full round, 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off. This is a little bit more intense routine, total body. So if you want, you can follow along, and then you can keep going on your own. So I'm gonna clip this onto whatever this thing is called on this costume. And the first exercise we're gonna do is a split squat jump. So I'm gonna hit the timer, get into that position. So I'm gonna step back slightly out with that foot, and I'm gonna go up and down jumping, okay? So if this is too challenging, you can literally go to just a split squat, up and down. Ready? And here we go. If you can't go the full 50 seconds, you can do less. You could start with 30 on and 10 seconds rest. Make sure you're breathing. Again, if you get tired, you can also modify by going up and down in that position. My foot is slightly out to the side to help work on balance. That timer should be beeping any minute here. There we go. So then it's 10 seconds rest. So I'm gonna pause this here for a second to explain the next exercise. If you're doing this on your own, make sure you keep going. So the next exercise is gonna be a suitcase row. If you're working over the road, or if you're at home, you could use like a water jug or something that has a handle that you can row up. So I'm gonna be in an L stance. I'm gonna step back and slightly out, so my foot looks like an L. If you were to draw a line straight down and across, my elbow is gonna go down to my knee. So L position, I'm gonna grab a weight. If you have a weight, if you're at the gym or if you're at home, find something that's heavy enough that you can work your muscles for about 50 seconds. So I'm gonna restart this timer again. We're gonna do another 50 seconds on. So this again is called the suitcase row. So shoulder blades locked down and back. I'm gonna wait for it to beep here in a second. And I'm rowing up to my rib cage. You can row straight up, or you can add a little bit of a rotation. Lock those shoulder blades down and back. If you don't like to be in this low position, you can bring the hand up and go nice flat back regardless, whichever way you're doing this. With the 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off, make sure you grab a light enough weight that you can maintain going through that 50 seconds. Make sure you're breathing. Good. So I'm gonna pause this again to explain the next exercise. So exercise number 3 before I start the timer again is a deadlift to a burpee. So what you're gonna do is feet are even with one another, kettlebell or some sort of weight, whatever you have at home. You'd use 2 water jugs literally right between the feet. Shoulder blades locked down and back. You're gonna squeeze your glutes, come up nice and tall, bring that weight down, drop down, come back to a burpee, come back up. Again, exercise number 3 is a kettlebell deadlift to a burpee. So I'm starting the timer, should go here in a second. And we're doing that 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So I'm gonna start with that deadlift, shoulder blades locked down and back. I'm gonna squeeze the glutes, come up nice and tall. Bring that weight right back down between my heels. Bring the hands down, jump back, jump up, stand up. Seconds on, 10 seconds off. Time. Exercise number 4 in our circuit is a push press. So I am going to use 15-pound dumbbells. Again, if you don't have any weights at home, try to use like a water jug and use both hands on that water jug, pressing up, bringing it back down. So I'm gonna start my timer again for this push press. This is exercise number 4, 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Again, if that is too intense, you can drop the amount of time that you're under work or that your body's working. So I'm gonna wait that rest time out. I'm gonna bring these weights right in front of my shoulders. I have a slight bend, and I'm gonna come up explosively, bring it back down. Exhale, come up, inhale, bring it down. So slight dip and press, dip and press. Make sure you're breathing, core is tight. Again, if you're doing the 50 seconds on, 10 off, make sure you're starting with light enough weight that you don't fatigue. We are going through each exercise one time. You rest at the end of those 8 rounds. If you start getting fatigued with that push press, go lighter weight. This is exercise number 5. This is called a plank jack. You can do this 2 different ways. You can do it planking on your hands or on your elbows to make it a little bit more challenging. Again, I am gonna let this timer run the 5 seconds rest that it still has on here, and I will show you how to do this one. So you're gonna go into a plank position, wrists under the shoulders. Keep that tailbone tucked under. You're gonna jump out and in like a jumping jack. This is the easier version. If that is too easy, go down to the elbows. Again, elbows right under the shoulders, out and in. Keep that tailbone tucked under. Make sure your butt's not way up in the air. If you get fatigued, relax a second. Make sure that tailbone stays tucked under. And that is the rest. So we're gonna rest that 10 seconds. I'm gonna pause it to explain the next one. Exercise number 6 is again for the core. We are gonna go into an elbow plank. Whether you were in an elbow plank last time or not, you are gonna be in an elbow plank for this one. So I'm gonna let my 2 seconds run out on my timer. And what I'm gonna do is elbows are gonna be right under the shoulders, and I'm gonna rotate the hips down side to side. So I'm gonna try to get the obliques firing. So here's that timer. We're going that 50 seconds. Tailbone's tucked under, side to side. When you do this, your feet are gonna gradually work their way back. As you can see, I'm inching my feet forward a little bit each time I do this one. So you can go all the way to the floor or darn near to the floor to get those obliques firing. Side to side. Make sure you're breathing. If you are doing those 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off, you guys are doing awesome. It is not an easy exercise. Good. Exercise number 7 is a skater lunge or a skater hop. We are gonna stay standing for this one. I am gonna start that timer. There will be 5 seconds roughly running out. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna hop to the side into a curtsy lunge. To the other side, into a curtsy. So side to side. All these exercises are a little bit higher intensity. When you go into that lunge, make sure that you're shifting your weight down into the heel or to the full foot so that you don't lose your balance. Side to side. Make sure you're breathing. Again, to make this a little bit easier, you can step out of it, side to side. If you get fatigued on that 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off. If you rest enough throughout that time, go back into the hop. And there's our 10-second rest. Exercise number 8 is a rope jumping jack. So you can do this if you have a battle rope. If you do not, just do a regular traditional jumping jack. Think of it as more your rest recovery at the end of that 8 exercise intense round. So I'm gonna hit this timer again. And I'm gonna set this off because it's just gonna be bouncing around. And what I'm gonna do is a jumping jack. So out and in with the ropes. And get rid of the bunny ears. Out and in. You have to go a little bit shorter range of motion with these because there's that delay effect in the ropes. Unless you really hit them hard. That 50 seconds is gonna feel like forever if you're using ropes. Try to push through it. Good job.